According to Gweilo 60, parks outside of China in the rest of the world look like this.
Watch it, kid!
Got a place?
Yeah, I have a place. But it's not available right now.
You're looking for somebody to read you a bedtime story?
So I just want to quickly show you what some parks in the UK look like. Have a look at this video. It's as if he's never seen a park outside of China before, and I think he's been watching too many films. Well, anyway, let's look at what else he has to say.
They bring a blanket, they put it down on the ground. They bring food, they have little picnics.
I've never seen that in the UK. People just don't have picnics in parks, but in China, they always have picnics.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Ah, ni, hen, piao liang. This guy's been in China for almost 2 decades and he can't even say that basic phrase? Come on.
It's nice to see because that's exactly what these places are made for. They're not made for your homeless people. They're not made for drug addicts. They're not made for panhandlers. They're not made for people robbing people. They're not made for a lot of things.
So here Gweilo is just showing us how insensitive he really is by talking about drug addicts and homeless people using parks in Western countries. Now, unfortunately, these people have been shunned by society and they really have no choice but to go to parks in the evening because they really don't have anywhere else to go and sleep. It's not like in China where a lot of people use parks in the evening. In Western countries, parks are pretty quiet. And I think the reason for that is because most people who would want to do exercise in the evening time probably would just go into their back garden and do it, or just go for a run around the block. It's not really a popular thing for people to go out dancing in the parks until the early hours of the morning playing obnoxious loud music, okay? So anyway, instead of mocking their situation, why doesn't Gweilo just try and figure out some kind of solution or just use his brain and think why people are doing this in parks in the Western world? Why not just show a little bit of empathy for it instead of mocking them? It's not very nice. And anyway, there are homeless people and there are drug addicts in China. Just because he doesn't see it in his videos doesn't mean it doesn't exist, okay? When I was living in China, I saw quite a lot of homeless people and a few drug addicts. Sometimes I even saw them in parks. But do you really think that a homeless person or a drug addict are going to go to a crowded park like the one Gweilo's in? I don't think so. They'll find a nice, quiet, discreet place to go and take their drugs, like maybe in the countryside somewhere in China where the government aren't continuously watching them on the CCTV cameras. And that's right, maybe he doesn't see a lot of homeless people because the government is quite good at making people disappear in China, especially homeless people and drug addicts.
I would imagine in the heyday of, or what some people call a heyday of the Western world, parks used to be like this.
Yeah, in the heyday in the UK, parks were great. And guess what? They're still great now.
I can hardly afford my beer. I actually put a buy me a coffee. It's a thing on in my description area of my thing, but I changed it to buy me a beer. Well, I don't much drink coffee, so that would be a lie.
Yeah, okay, Gweilo. We all know that you love drinking beer. I think you've told us this in pretty much all of your videos, and it's kind of become one of the things that people associate you with, and even some people mock you for it. Now, I'm not going to mock you for it, but I am going to say, walking around a park with a beer in your hand in the middle of the day when there's children running around isn't exactly a good image. So I don't know why you're trying to make people think that you're so cool for drinking your beer, okay? And if you were in a Western country, if you were in the UK and somebody saw you walking around with a beer while there were children running around, they might actually mistake you for one of those homeless drug addicts that you keep mocking.
I came here to do a video about a different idea, and I just couldn't do it. Not with this number of people here. I actually came to the park because I thought it was going to be quiet and there was going to be no people. Well, I just been schooled on a Saturday at this park in Nanning, China.
Ah, so now he's trying to convince us that he had another idea, that he was going to make another film, but coincidentally, he just happened to be in a park and it was amazing, so he decided to start filming and making a video about a park. Well, he's made so many videos about a park, it's become a cliche for Gweilo 60. So actually, he's really just making another Gweilo 60 video.
You got the old boy with a fiddle just over here. Like, look at this. So he comes to the park to fiddle. I come to the park to drink beer.
He comes to the park to fiddle? I'm sorry, no comment there, mate. No comment.
Everybody's here for something, and it's fun to watch. I'm telling you.
Look at the old lady laughing at him. It's almost as if she's mocking him for walking around the park, filming everything like it's the first time he's ever seen a park. This old lady is cool. I like her.
I gotta say it again, guys. I love my life. I love the place where I live. I love the people.
Okay, Gweilo loves his life. We all understand that he loves his life. And I'm very happy for him that he does love his life in China. If you love your life, you might as well tell everybody you love it, right? But when he starts saying in every single video about how much he loves his life, it really just comes across as fake. And it's almost like he's trying to convince himself that his life's great, when in reality, it's not quite as good as what he would hope it would be.
Feeding fish with a baby bottle. You know what I mean? Like, now the people that own the fish can sell you some stuff in a baby bottle and have you feed their fish for them. And the kids can have fun. And it helps a place like this survive in the real world. I find that probably one of the neatest things at this park today. Oh, and the jail for the kids. They put the parents aren't allowed in. Their only children are allowed in.
Oh my God! Look at those kids prodding those fish with the sticks. It's so cruel. You know, when I was in China, I saw a lot of cruelty towards animals, especially in parks. You know, sometimes I would see people selling chicks, and they'd literally spray painted the chicks, all different colors, and they were selling them to kids, and kids would be buying them and just treating the chicks like it was a little toy, taking it home, and it would probably die after a couple of days, because those chicks, they really need their mother to survive, right? Terrible, terrible.
The perfect ending.
Okay, so that's another video from Gweilo 60. He loves his life, he loves parks, and parks in China are just better than any park throughout the rest of the world, including Japan, Thailand, Korea, England, America, Australia, any country outside of China. Parks suck. And you know, we have problems with homeless people and drug addicts, and China doesn't. Yeah, nice one, Gweilo.